So how do you know you met your twin flame? Really? How do you know that? I mean, there's a lot of people on the internet telling you how they think you can tell if you met your twin flame, but how do you know that? And for that matter, how do I know that? I'm just another guy on the internet. What makes me so different? Well, maybe it's because what I'm going to tell you today is going to be a lot different than what you've heard before about how to tell if you've met your twin flame or not. Now, with your twin flame, it all starts out beautiful and terrific and euphoric, and that's usually what you're reading about on the internet. But what I'm going to talk about today is what happens after the initial breakup. And it is not nice, guys, but it does change you fundamentally. And that's how you can tell that this person is your twin flame. So the first thing, of course, is the little bubble phase at the beginning. Everything's all beautiful and perfect and it flows and it's like no other connection you've had before, and they reciprocate and you feel incredible and even they're feeling it, right? And it's never been like anything it's so perfect, it's so beautiful. But then somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks, usually, not always, but almost always, if that wasn't the case for you, don't worry about it, but almost always, somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks, that's when the trouble starts. That's when they start pulling away and they've got excuses, or I'm seeing somebody else, or whatever it is, right? And after maybe 6 weeks of seeing somebody, that might be irritating or it might make you sad. You might even cry a little bit or something, but you'll get over it pretty quick, right? After 6 weeks? No, not this time, guys. It is absolutely earth-shattering. It's the most devastating experience of your life, and it's very, very painful. It's a very serious matter. And you feel this sense of meaninglessness, like you can't even go on and you don't even know why you're still on this earth anymore sometimes, right? And there's the obsessive thinking. You can't stop thinking about this person. And the reason for that is metaphysical. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit today in this video. But you just completely fall apart. Like with me, I would come home after work, and that was a lost cause. I wasn't getting anything done at work at all. I would come home and I just wanted to go lay on the bed like a vegetable. That's all I wanted to do. And it was because the only thing that made me feel better was to lay on the bed like a vegetable. No eating. I really wasn't eating much. I lost all this weight. Lay on the bed like a vegetable, and then when the sun would go down, that's when the bawling would start. And not just a little bit of crying, but like just intense heaving and bawling and like into my pillow and screaming in desperation. Why? Right? Pillow over my face. Just unbelievable in the fetal position. Me, I did that for 6 months. Ha! Over a little tiny 6-week fling kind of thing. It doesn't really make sense, does it? And then I would finally fall asleep because I got so tired from the bawling. And I would sleep for about an hour. That was about how much sleep I was getting on average every night. Not even kidding. It's about an hour. Surprised I didn't keel over and die. But then I would wake up and stare at the ceiling because all I could do was think about this person. And the obsessive thinking is so bizarre, guys, because it's like it's happening to you. Okay? It's like it's happening to you. I don't know how else to describe it. But it's going a billion, million, trillion, zigzag, zillion miles an hour, and you cannot turn it off at all. Also, you're talking to everybody about it. Every second of your life is the most desperate situation you've been in ever. And you'll do anything to make the pain stop. Any micron of communication from this person, any little single text message, let's just say, that maybe you get from this person is like you're in the desert and it's like a drop of water and you're, please give me the water. And it's like one drop of water in the desert, you get this text message from them and you're talking to everybody about it and they all think you're nuts and they tell you, you need to stop thinking about this person. And you're like, oh, gee, thanks. I can't. You guys don't understand. I don't understand. You're on their social media 30, 40, 50 times a day. Literally, your twin flame checking their social. I would check how many snaps on Snapchat my twin flame was sending. Was she talking to that other guy? Right? Seriously, you're nuts. This is not like other breakups, guys. It is very, very painful. And I know I'm trying to make light of it a little bit right now just to cheer you up, but it's ridiculous, man. You've never acted like this before about a breakup. You know it's different, okay? And you're looking everywhere for information desperately, for information about what to do. Now, they call this ego death. A lot of people call it dark night of the soul. That's the same thing. Now, the same thing happened to none other than Eckhart Tolle, and he didn't meet his twin flame. His was just life circumstances. I've got a friend, over 20 years ago, before I ever even met my twin flame, he had a similar experience, and it was because of other things that were going on in his life. He didn't meet his twin flame, and this is right out of the traditional Zen spiritualism playbook, guys. That's what I wanted to talk with you about today. This is really your spiritual awakening. Your ego is just breaking down. And in traditional Zen spiritualism, they call it ego death. It could be a terminal illness, the death of a loved one, whatever. There's a lot of other different reasons that could trigger a spiritual awakening, which starts with this really painful experience that they call ego death or dark night of the soul. Yours was a direct experience because your actual soul came in the physical and triggered it for you. That's what your twin flame is, right? That's one of the things that you see on the internet that everybody does seem to get correct, is that it's one soul in two bodies. Okay? So this is another incarnation of your soul that you met in the physical. And when you come into contact, it triggers this metaphysical breakdown of the ego, the personality, right? And that used to be where you derived your very sense of self from, who you thought you were, your identity, right? This is who I am. I'm this kind of personality. I like these things. I've been to these places. I've done these things. This is my career, whatever. That's who I'm. A mother. I'm a teacher, whatever. And by the way, this is happening to everybody, guys. I'm the world's leading twin flame coach. I've coached over 4,000 people, and I'm here to tell you from experience, it's happening to everybody, guys. Truck drivers, teachers, moms, doctors, tattoo artist, chef at a restaurant, a line cook at a cheap restaurant. It doesn't matter. A pool cleaner. It could be anybody, right? Anybody. It's happening to everybody, and it happened to you. Okay? This person is just another incarnation of your soul. And this is what I teach my students. This is your spiritual journey. This is why I've been able to help so many people. I mean, I've caused more unions than any other twin flame coach on planet Earth. Why? Because all I'm doing is I'm breaking it down and I'm showing you that this is just traditional Zen spiritualism. This is the true spiritual journey. It's no different than Buddha, right? Like the Tao, like stuff like that, or Jesus even. And a lot of what Western civilization has said about Jesus, they kind of leave some of those deeper spiritual parts out. But that's what this is, guys. This is about your consciousness. For your whole life, you have identified as the personality, and that's not who you are. Okay? This is all about remembering who you are. You are a soul. You are consciousness. You are something deeper than the thought forms of the personality, memories, emotions, right? That's what you used to think was who you were, but who you really are is a conscious presence. Now, the next thing that happens for you on this crazy journey is you get over the person and you experience a rebirth. You know you're different fundamentally, okay? And you might not even be able to explain it. And you might even try to tell your friends and family about this, but they think you're just going through a midlife crisis, and you know that's not it. You know you're different fundamentally as a person. Exactly. This is your soul's journey, guys. Your soul is giving you a direct experience to wake you up. And you feel terrific, and it's about this time that your twin flame comes back. Now, there may be some back and forth with your twin flame, and that's okay. And if you'd like help with that, hit me up. Go to my website. You can sign up for my paid coaching. It's not expensive, and it's the only proven system in the world. There's also my free coaching videos all over YouTube. Go check them out. Now, the next thing that happens to you is what I call creation. And this is where you start to intentionally live your life in a conscious way. And you may even try to go back to old patterns and habits and your old ways a couple of times. But when you do, the world around you has a way of spanking you on the butt for doing that. So you're always being pushed forward. And so the easy thing to do is for you to start creating yourself anew every day on purpose. And it's beautiful. And everything just falls into place and your life starts working again. That's how you know if you're met your twin flame. So no matter where you are on this journey, go watch my free videos. Go check them out. Learn about this journey, guys. You did this on purpose. This is the best thing that's ever happened to you, I promise. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe and tune in next time for another amazing twin flame coaching video. Bye.